Welcome back to In the Garden. I am joined with Jordan from Grange Co-op, and today we're talking about probably one of the most iconic flowers out there, roses, although we are talking about bare root roses. So these are just the root, and then they grow, obviously. So Jordan, start us off. What should we know when planting and using the bare root of roses?
So we've covered a lot about bare root plants over the last month or so. Bare root roses are kind of the show stealer of the whole, shebang. So a lot of nurseries where we got our caneberries, our grapes, our currants, they're just sticks in the dirt until they leaf out. A lot of growers will actually put some effort into selling this. So thankfully you get a lot of nice info as regarding what kind of flower, its growth habits, how old the plant is, any other kind of qualifications. These are still, even though they're in plastic and they're in this container shape, they're still not meant to last for several seasons. As we mentioned, bare root is a very short season relatively. I recommend folks go to their nursery first nice weekend in January or February, see what's available. When they get their rose though, this is not something that it can hang out on your patio until summer if you forget about it. You want to get this planted up sooner than later.
Okay, and then you also did mention that these are a little bit cheaper than buying a rose plant. And so you're kind of getting a little bit more bang for your buck, would you say?
Considerably. The price of plants has been going up over the years. Fuel, economic stress, supplies, and these can be almost half as much as a full-grown plant. And also when you look at the size of the stem and the stalk itself, it's usually about the same size as a 5-gallon rose.
You mentioned making sure you get a nice one, a good one. So you want to make sure you feel the soil or you feel the containments inside, right? You
should, look all around. You want a lot of new growth. You're going to see all this bright pink, red foliage. That's new growth coming in, and these things do grow like gangbusters. The graft, which you can kind of see on here, is that swelling tissue. You want to make sure you're not seeing any obvious cracking, rotting, anything that kind of gives you pause. When it comes to planting the graft, there's a lot of debate over what's the best methodology. My preference is the graft right at soil level and mulch over the top to protect it. When in doubt, check with your local rose groups, your master gardeners, local garden groups. They'll know what's best for your area. Okay,
awesome. And then for watering and fertilizing, you don't need a whole lot when it comes to fertilizer.
No, these things are going to come out of dormancy a lot quicker and transplant easier than your potted rose you might buy late in the year, which is great for getting it well established. But for fertilizing early on, something low and slow. Organic flower fertilizer, kelp meal or liquid seaweed, or maybe some root stimulator, but nothing else. We don't want to dump a bunch of nutrients onto this baby plant.
Well, if you guys want to save a little bit more money and buying a bare root rose to grow some beautiful roses in your garden, of course, you can head to a Grange Co-op store to learn more information, or you can head to our website at kdrv.com. Thank you so much for joining us in the garden.